Hey, I am live, and currently I have with me Failure Accomplished,
Hey guys,
and Vamp Candy is currently out smoking.
of course
Uh,
she is.
yeah, but I can't blame her because like I would probably get one last smoke in before I started a live stream if I wasn't allowed to smoke in my own home. So I absolutely can't blame her. I have a couple of guests who will hopefully be showing up at some point, and we already have Colton S and Garbage Human TJM64 in the chat. Hey guys. The subject of today
Like,
is. Sorry, go ahead.
have you tried getting the Jeff Holiday on?
I don't know Jeff.
How
Well, I
don't you
mean,
know Jeff?
I do know Jeff, but like we don't follow each other on Twitter, so
You need a manager.
I do need a manager. But the subject of today, folks, is gaming. We are going to be talking about video games and just how great they are. Like, and Alenska's in the chat. Hey, Alenska. I feel that talking about social justice in games has sort of taken over the conversation about games. And I guess I could devote a little bit of time to that, but mainly I just want to talk about just gaming. I haven't had a chance to talk about gaming lately, so
Apparently, the new game that everybody is playing, well, new for whatever, is Player Unknown Battleground or whatever.
yeah.
I haven't gotten it yet. I plan to. It seems very like there's already multiple, drop people into a random location and you gotta try to kill the other people games.
Yeah. Your Call of Duties and your Battlefields. Player Unknown Battleground seems to be a ridiculously popular game because every time I open up Steam, it's just one after another notification of my friends starting to play Player Unknown Battlegrounds. So there might be something to it, but I've never been big into first-person shooters. I mean, I played GoldenEye and Halo back in the day, but I reached a point where I just became a strategy guy. And we have a Jack Dunham in the chat. What is up, Jack?
I love Jack.
Hey, Jack. Yeah, Jack's good.
Yeah. Jack is a powerful up-and-coming memer. Bright things I see in his future. Oh, that's right. There is a new Star Wars Battlefront coming out. You know what? I'm going to take a lot of flack for this, but I did like the last Battlefront, the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It gave me exactly what I wanted, which was participating in a large-scale Star Wars type battle, and that's really all you want from Battlefront.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you had the you had the hipster gamers. Oh, it's too different from the original.
Mm-hmm.
And I did love the original and the sequel to the original, but sometimes new is fun.
I find myself just playing a lot of games that really don't take too much thought.
You mean like your Fallout shelters? Your white noise games that you essentially just play to pass time?
Yeah. What's wrong with some white noise games?
I just think it's funny when we're in a stream and it just pops into my Steam. Failure Accomplished is playing Fallout Shelters. Of course he is.
Like, don't judge me.
I'm not judging you.
I am judging you as hard as I can.
Marty, to be fair, you judge everyone.
Yes, I do. The most famous thing about the Romans is the thumbs up and thumbs down. That itself is inherently a judgment.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I need to upgrade my RAM because I was trying to do the ultimate epic battle simulator.
Well, what are you using right now?
I have 8, and I need to put in
8 or what?
8 gigabytes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. RAM.
Well, there's the DDR3s and then there's the DDR4s.
I don't know. I just I got the RAM.
How old is your motherboard?
Yeah, that's another good question. When did you put this thing together?
I would say like about 2 years ago.
Failure knows what I'm laughing at. Steam notification.
What?
Not to.
Stop
Big old
snitching.
grin on my face right now.
Stop snitching. Why you always snitching, Steam? Why you always fucking snitching?
Why you always snitch?
Yeah, but if you had bought your oh shit, my buddy Habib has joined. He is the most extensive gamer I know. This man has over 700 games on Steam. It's insane.
Yeah, and over 1,000 games on 11 consoles.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah, I started collecting games back in 1996, and it just,
It just spiraled out of control.
pretty much.
And now it just takes over 2 rooms in your house and a storage unit somewhere else.
Yeah, actually, yes. I do have a storage unit that I'm paying like $80 a month for, just to keep all my games.
This is one reason why I'm glad we got out of the cartridge medium, because
Oh, God.
I mean, I only have about 30 games on my PC, but I think I would hate life if I had just a wall of CDs or a wall of cartridges, because it seems like a lot to organize. I'm a little bit anal about that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't know. Like, I'm just busting into the middle of conversation. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We're just talking about gaming.
Okay, when it comes to digital versus hard copies, I'm actually lamenting the fact that we're moving to digital to a point where people, like some developers or publishers, don't even bother with a physical copy on PC anymore. I'm a collector. I like to display my stuff on shelves. I like to have like little figurines that come with my games.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a physical map, but those are all gone. Like, for example, the last game that I had to buy on console just because I wanted to get the collector's edition was Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight. I bought the PS3 version. I never played it on PS3. I waited for the Steam version to be on sale, and I bought that and played that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to have the collector's edition. I wanted to have the statue, the art book, all the little gizmos that they include. And I know that it's a niche market. Not everybody just goes out and buys collector editions, but I kind of like to have them all on display. It's kind of nice.
Problem with the collector's editions is sometimes what they add on is like really lame. You're like, really?
Yeah. I would have to say not all collector's editions are made equally. Like that's for sure. Call of Duty used to be good,
Mhm.
but not the game. Like the games and their collectibles are just trash now. So, but yeah, they used to have some nice collectibles with their games. I like the Halo 3 helmet.
Oh yeah.
That was high quality helmet. Like, but you see their collectibles with Halo 4 and 5, and it's like, nah, not as good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do remember when the release of Skyrim, when that came out, the collector's edition had an actual dragon head statue that came with it.
It had a statue of Alduin.
That
I still got it. Yeah.
Of course you do. But yeah, people were lining up around the block to get that. I mean, I was lining up around the block to just get the game, but there were like people who were like, "Oh, dude, that statue, that map, that book," and I'm all like, "You are a level of collector I will never reach. I tip my hat to you, sir."
Well, thank you. I mean, it's been a while since I went out and bought some collectible games. Financially, I'm not doing as well as I used to in the past couple of years because I'm just saving up for bigger things other than gaming. But and also, like, my backlog on Steam is over 300 games. I just kind of realized, like, I need to stop buying games and play the ones that I have.
Exactly. Who flung Pooh a super chat? Thank you, Pooh. Always love those deuces you drop on me. He says the god of shitlords is in the outhouse. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great. Oh, the best thing about Pooh, he uses this in his intro. He donated $2 to TYT and got Cenk Uygur to say, "Who flung Pooh is dropping a deuce on the shitheads at TYT." And
That's amazing.
yes, I mean, legendary. Like, that is if
Step up your game.
yeah, if I had done something like that, I would have that clip playing on a loop in my house forever.
No. Oh
God.
How's them Fallout shelters failure?
Shut up.
Failure likes the casual games. I mean, he does play Grand Theft Auto and
Yeah.
Payday and
He
stuff
will
like that.
consistently blow Tonka and I up just because he had a bad day. So he's like, I'm gonna go blow them up.
I'm not unknown archive. Don't pay me.
No. Remember, you got into an argument with somebody on Twitter, and you had a really bad day. So you just jumped into the game just to consistently blow us up, run us over, blow us up again. Dick.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you guys ever watched those troll griefing videos on YouTube? It's a very specific genre of YouTube video. What people will do, and God, I love these videos. What they will do is they will join multiplayer Call of Duty and Battlefield games and just like team kill after team kill after team kill, and just
Oh, jeez.
yeah, and just record the reactions of these people just tweaking out. It just
one where like the dude was blocking a doorway. Kids freaking out on him.
Yeah, get out of my what? I'm not in your way. My favorite was there was this guy. He doesn't make videos anymore, but he was the best at it. A dude by the name of General Minus. His videos are still out there if anybody watching wants to go watch his stuff. There was this guy camping and sniping. So what he did is just stood in front of him and blocked his view and said, "Sorry, we can't have you camping." I mean, that's obviously against the rules. The guy's freaking out, like, "Get out of the way!" And he's just, "Sorry, man, you're camping. I can't have you camping on this game." It's just great.
Oh man.
Oh shit! We have Citron in the chat. What's up, Citron? Oh, and a psycho hamster.
Yay!
Hamster.
The psycho hamster. Hamsters are good.
I was just about to say if Hamster wants the link, he has but to ask.
Yeah, like I said, I have no idea what those people are, but hi, people, however you are.
Boo wants me to correct Marty that it wasn't Chank.
Oh, my apologies. I thought it was Chank. My mistake. Oh, fucking my buddy Tim wants me to notice him. You are noticed, Tim. And of course, an Eldritch in the chat. Sorry. Sorry, what's up?
How about a good city builder game? Huh?
A good city builder.
City Skylines. I would always go with City Skylines, especially with the quite active modded community and good expansions that they've been releasing. It's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah,
I'm not so happy with the disaster system that they have. It's not as cathartic as SimCity. Even the new SimCity has a better disaster system. But yeah, if you just want to build cities to destroy them, I think SimCity is better. But yeah, City Skylines for sure. For everything else.
Yeah. Jeff Holiday likes to. Oh, fucking your boy Pat. What's up, Pat? Jeff Holiday loves City Skylines, and I'm a big fan of Paradox. I mean, in my eyes, Paradox can do no wrong. However, like, I watch Let's Plays of games before I decide if I want to buy them. And all of the Let's Plays of City Skylines I've seen, I just couldn't be that into it to buy the game. I mean, with games like Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis and Stellaris, I watched Let's Plays of that and said, I have got to play those games. Didn't have the same feeling with City Skylines.
Skylines requires a certain level of OCD to enjoy it. Like I remember spending an entire afternoon just lining my main highways with trees, placing trees one by one and making sure that they're all aligning with one another. So, yeah, if you're not that kind of guy, then you're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I do love Tropico though. Like, I will play Tropico until the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah,
Only
Tropico. Okay.
Yeah,
if you're not a fascist, then it wouldn't work with Tropico.
That is the thing about Tropico. Like, they want you to be a fascist. Like, almost every single playthrough of Tropico, I bet. Even when I said to myself, you know what, I'm gonna be the good, the libertarian El Presidente. A couple of rebellions, it's like, fuck these guys. I'm taking down these fucking news stations. I'm taking down fucking news just instant, like, guard posts on every corner. Fuck these guys.
Nice.
No, I mean, I gotta be a fascist, man. It's a banana republic. Fascists get a fash.
Exactly. I tried being a commie once, and I felt so disgusted with myself, I just stopped playing.
It's not that. I mean, imagine this. I mean, imagine if you just wanted to have a libertarian, kind of like a completely ANCAP kind of society, then what gameplay is going to be there for you as a ruler? You won't even be needed. So
yeah, true.
yeah. Wouldn't it be fun?
Well, I mean, there still is there is no option of turning over the means of production to the people, or like a private sector kind of deal. So there still is the building and city management aspects of it. But to me, the real fun is being an authoritarian dictator. I mean, I of course do not approve of real life authoritarian dictators, but it's fun to play one in video games.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah, I enjoy doing a lot of things in games that I played. The last game that I played was the remake of Streets of Rage. Yet I won't condone people just going out and punching randoms in the street. That wouldn't be good. But it's fun in games.
One thing I don't like in Tropical, when they get mad at you because you threw their dad in prison.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
My favorite aspect of Tropico was the list of people by job. I would go through, I would find a criminal, and then I'd just have him eliminated. I'd be like, crime solved.
I would do the same thing, and we would be pissed off. I'd be like, yeah, but he was a criminal.
Exactly.
Sorry, young Pepe, but your dad had to go.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad, but he had to go.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's just like,
how about you, Vamp? Any city builders, or are you against the city builders?
I played them like circa 1999.
Back when
SimCity 4, those kind of games.
I don't know, the disc is probably still in the back room here. That just, I don't know. I would play around with them for a while, and then I would just get bored, and then I'd go back to playing Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I got a copy of Stardew Valley, and just because I just like Marty, I watched a few Let's Plays. I'm like, this is my kind of game. I never open it because I know that if I wanted like my entire week to disappear, I would start that game. Like my entire week.
What is Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley is like I mean, have you ever played Harvest Moon?
Yeah. Okay. No, I can.
Well, it's like Harvest Moon, but it has some action in it as well, where you just go around with a sword, and it play like those action scenes play a lot like Link to the Past.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a nostalgia overload for
Harvest Moon, though. I played a lot of Harvest Moons.
So did I.
Oh, yeah. I remember the one on the PlayStation 1. That was my favorite.
I like the one that came out for GameCube. Which one was that?
I never played it on the GameCube. I mean, I wanted to get a copy of it, but I don't know. I got to start with other games, I guess.
I liked it because I had the Game Boy version of like the previous game. Then I got that one, and then when I realized that you could like transfer stuff via link cable, I just got super excited.
Sweet. Yeah, I never got the GameCube version. Maybe I should.
And for really young viewers, a link cable is what we used to use because Wi-Fi wasn't a thing.
Wi-Fi was a thing.
There was no such a thing as an online profile that you could save your game into and just download it from the other end.
Oh yeah. That was one of my favorite things about Mass Effect, and then they fucked it up by having Mass Effect 3 come out. No, I'm sorry. Dragon Age. They fucked it up because Dragon Age came out on the next generation of consoles, and I couldn't import from my previous console, so they had that tapestry thing. I'm all like, what about all the little things I did? Fuckers.
You could. I mean, I don't know. I played them all on PC, so it kind of worked. But for console, I think there's a way to link your PSN or Xbox account to your BioWare account. Like create an account over there and import it from the BioWare account rather than your console account or whatever. I don't know. Try it. There might be a way.
Yeah, probably what I'll. Yeah, probably what I'll.
Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Probably what I'll do is I'll probably just end up buying Dragon Age Origins on Steam, and then Dragon Age 2 and Awakening on Origin. I still haven't downloaded Origin because there's nothing EA is making right now that I care about.
I have quite a few games on Origin. I got Origin because one day they had a huge sale on the entire collection of Command & Conquer. So they were like, you get all the games for like $10. I'm like, yeah, give me please.
Yeah. As for real-time strategy, for being such a big strategy guy, I never really got into the micro the micro strategy games where like you play in a little like local base area, things like your Command and Conquer. I always liked the grand strategy games, playing over whole maps of like your Civ
like
5s,
like Europa, Civ 5, Crusader Kings, and all that.
Oh god, I could play Crusader Kings until the end of time. Like if I had one game, like if you said, Marty, you have one game to play for the rest of your life and only one, it would be Crusader Kings 2.
Well, I mean, every time I play any of those games, I just make it sure that the Ottomans rise again.
Yo, playing Europa Universalis 4 and trying to resurrect the Byzantine Empire, if you're a masochist, go for it. Oh god, it is impossible. Well, at least at my skill level, it's impossible because I've tried at least 4 times, and I eventually get invaded by the Ottomans and lose because they have all of the advantages.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about most Paradox games that, it might sound petty for some people that I don't play their game for that reason, but it is my reason. So whatever. It's the aesthetics. I mean, it's nice. It's representative because it's just a map with a bunch of labels and colors. There's nothing more. It's just a map. And you stare at it for like 100+ hours. I would get bored.
I'm up to 400, but yeah, I completely get what you're saying. Oh, I wasn't joking when I said I could play Crusader Kings 2 until the end of time. Do you know who's real bad with Crusader Kings 2? Griffix. She has close to 1,000 hours on that game.
Jesus.
Oh God. I know that Top Hat and Champagne keeps streaming it as well. Keeps bugging me like, play it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like every time I want to play like a grand strategy game, I end up defaulting to one of the Total War games because I enjoy being all hands on when it comes to battles.
Oh yeah.
And I like that aspect in Total War, because here's the thing, like in Crusader Kings, you just rely on the level of your generals and your troops, and then you get attacked by a bigger army, and then you just go like, you pray for the RNG gods to be favorable to you.
Yeah.
In Total War, you just go like, you know what? Yeah, I have a couple of units of archers, some swordsmen, and a guy with a pike. Bring it on.
Yeah. I'm actually doing a Let's Learn series on Rome 2 Total War. I would call it a Let's Play, but I pretty much bought the game and started streaming it that day because 3 people had asked me to do it. So I was like, all right, I guess if 3 people want me to do it, I guess I can do it. And
yeah, why not?
yeah, and I do like how it's so hands-on because defending a city is so much fun, or attacking a city for that matter, because of the real strategy involved. You you can't obviously start with your cavalry because it's hard for them to build up a charge moving through those corridors. Finding a good place to plant your feet and let them come at you if you're defending is another great aspect to it. I kind of get off on attacking and defending cities in Rome too. It's really, really fun for me.
Yeah, then you're gonna enjoy Attila if you ever play it. It's got the city aspect even better. Rome 2, I enjoyed the game, but I think because I played it since its release, and the release was just disastrous, was buggy as fuck. So it kind of like colored my perception of the game, even though it's much better now. Every time I played, I'm like, yeah, it's just a buggy game that bugged me for quite a while. Attila, on the other hand, like the release was decent. Yeah, I mean, after a few patches, they got it to run even better, so I'm not complaining. And you get to play as the Persians. So yeah, Persians, they're close enough. They're not Middle Easterns, but they're close enough. And yeah, you get to conquer Medina. And the first thing I did in the city of Islam is build a brothel.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That is great. Probably one of my favorite things to do in any Total War game, because I did play up to Empire, but I didn't play Napoleon, and then I kind of lost interest for a little while. But just every time someone would pick a fight with me, I would just raise their cities. Wouldn't even worry about occupying territory. Just raise their cities. Fuck you guys. Stop picking fight with me.
I did that with Rome just because I was just like, fuck you, Romans.
I am so triggered right now. And we are joined by the always adorable Psycho Hamster.
Oh, yes.
Hello.
I love
Hey, I'll be right back in a second. I'm just gonna go for a cigarette.
Yes, sir.
Talking about being a fascist, my brain immediately goes to, I loved Fable 3 for the sole reason, depending on how you played the game, you could either be that person that everyone loved but everyone dies, or the person, it's like you went down in history as a dictator. Everyone hates you, but they all lived.
Yeah, well, you see, the very first time I played Fable 3, I realized that that it wouldn't advance to the next chapter until you talk to somebody. So literally what I did is I had been buying all the property all up throughout the entire course of the game. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the game, I owned all the property, and I'm just collecting all the rent. And I just sat there and played the loot for like hours until I had the money to make all of the quote good decisions and still have enough money to pay the army. So the praise that was showered on you is very interesting.
Yeah, I decided to just play it through as if I had never actually played a Fable game before the first time I played it. So of course I murdered everything.
Of course. That's the most fun way to do it. Just murder everything.
So my chick looked like someone who would like front some kind of like death metal band. By the end of it, she just looked so evil.
Fable 1 is actually one of my favorite things I've ever done in a video game. It was the Lost Chapters.
Oh, yes. I was about to say, please tell me you're talking about Lost Chapters.
Yeah, well, I mean, it isn't like actually something that happens as a part of the story. It was just a little mechanic that I didn't realize until I did it. But I played a character who was, basically sword guy, but I also had that berserk power, which, jacked you up even more.
Oh, yeah.
There came a point in the game where this bandit or something walks up to me and says, "You may be strong, but you won't get past me," or something to that effect. Mm-hmm. And the cutscene stops and goes to the fight. And all I did was hit the berserk button and swipe at him once. Decapitated him instantly.
Yeah.
But not only that, I noticed his head was highlighted. So I hit the action button and kicked his head like it was a field goal. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's
I figured out that mechanic like from the very first, before the Lost Chapters came out. And I was just like, oh my God, yes. This is a thing now.
I am not chicken chaser anymore. I am head kicker.
Head kicker.
As much flack as that game gets, it was fun though to play it.
One of the things I liked about Fable 2 was not only did they have that morality meter, but they also had the good versus corrupted meter, the secondary meter. So you could be like just, you could be a good hero, but you could also be a shitty landlord.
Yeah, exactly. I think the reason Fable gets so much flack, and the problem with Fable is Peter Molyneux doesn't know how to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, if he ever just said we're coming out with a role-playing game and it's going to be really cool, your decisions will affect your appearance, that thing would have sold like fucking hotcakes.
Yep.
But but he came out and said, "Oh yeah, trees will grow and every little thing you do will have a butterfly effect." And I remember reading it in a PC Gamer magazine, I think it was. No, it was the Xbox magazine. That's right.
I was gonna say I think it was the Xbox magazine because they didn't port it to PC yet.
Yeah. But I was reading an Xbox magazine. I was reading all this shit that Molyneux was saying, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm gonna love this game.
By the way, kids, by magazine he means these things made out of paper and that used to have
Laminated paper.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, people don't know what magazines are. Back in the before time, in the long ago, before the internet.
Some of us couldn't afford subscriptions, so we had to rent them from the library.
Yeah.
Library is a place where they rent out books.
I remember they had CDs and DVDs that went with the magazines, and you had actual demos.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love the games. I love the magazines that had the demos.
Yeah. Oh shit. Somebody I met through Prince of Queens is in the chat. A lovely woman by the name of Melissa Carley. I didn't have a lot of time to interact with her. Good people. Nice to see you, Melissa. But anyway, I sidetracked myself and forgot what I was talking about.
Magazines.
Oh yes. Yeah, the demo disc was great because it actually worked in selling me on one game and only one game only, and that was this game called Fusion Frenzy. All it was just a bunch of mini games, and it was so much fun.
I think I remember that vaguely.
Yeah, it wasn't like epic or world changing, but it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on a stream just earlier, and we were talking about the way we used to discover games back in the 90s and even early 2000s, shareware discs and all that. And I remember like discovering Deus Ex because I went to the game store and I liked the box art. I was like, this looks amazing. Looked at the back and I'm like, it looked okay, but just I like the art, and I was like, I'm gonna pick it up. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. It's just a first-person shooter, and I was kind of surprised, like, God damn, this game is amazing.
But that method was basically how you went a lot of times when you're like, all right, I want a new game. This box art looks cool. And then you get home and it's pure crap.
I actually bought MGS and Crash Bandicoot because of demo discs.
Oh, nice.
I remember.
Okay, let me ask this. Let me ask you guys this. What is a game that is objectively bad, and all the reviews were just not really generous with them, but he just enjoyed them for some odd reason? Do you have any of those in your collection?
I generally don't pay attention to the reviews too much, because if I enjoy a game, I'm going to enjoy it regardless of what the reviewers say.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me just check my Steam library.
Yeah, essentially, I'm just doing the same thing.
Galactic Civilizations 2.
I hear
man.
It gets a lot of shit, and I actually enjoyed playing it.
Oh my god. Pushed button in the chat says he likes Too Human.
Oh no.
Heresy.
I never played Two Human, and
It was so
I
bad.
might give it a chance one day. I mean, you can buy it for like a couple of bucks these days, so why not?
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
Um,
I thoroughly hated Two Human.
I think the game that I like that nobody else does, and this is going to make everybody groan in here, it's Duke Nukem Forever.
I know. I liked that game. It was funny.
Yeah. It did make me laugh. I mean, they did set out to make it. I mean, of course, the gameplay wasn't top notch because they had been developing it for so long. It was just
I don't care. I like that game. I like that series.
the gameplay was outdated, yes, but the game was still funny. I mean, it was still a game that I audibly laughed out loud while playing. So, I mean, as a piece of comedy, it was good.
Ooh.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I have one game that I loved playing. That is objectively it's a terrible game, and that's Kingdoms of Amalur. Because I don't know what they were thinking when they pitched it, but it plays like a single player MMO. And there's mechanics and shit that just don't make sense, but it's fun to me. They had terrible reviews though.
Yeah, single player MMOs are actually catching on quite a bit now. I mean, just look at the Witcher series. I mean, every single quest in that game plays like an MMO. Go collect X number of X and bring it back here, and you'll be rewarded with experience and gear. Very similar to Dragon Age Awakening. Not so much, or I mean, not Awakening, fucking Inquisition.
Don't remind me of that game.
Yeah, but you didn't see a lot of that in Origins or 2, but they did pick it up because that seems to be where the role-playing genre is going, more towards that MMO feel, even if it's just single player.
I would say for The Witcher, it's more like The Witcher 1 and 2. They're more MMORPG. 3, I didn't really see it as an MMO or a single player MMO. Like you can't really fit a quest like the Bloody Baron in an MMO. I can't imagine that working out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not even on my Steam account because I wasn't even playing it through my computer at the time. I think I wasted 2 weeks, and I still hadn't beaten the second DLC pack. I spent so much time playing Gwent.
400 hours in that game. 400 hours, and yeah,
I'm just worried if I install it on this computer, I'm just gonna disappear for forever.
I kind of want to play it again and unlock some of the other endings, but I'm just like, dude, it just takes forever.
It really does, but it's so fun. And by the time you end up getting to the point that you can actually replay it, you've probably forgotten half the shit you've done.
Yeah, I played a fair amount of the Star Wars Old Republic MMO. That's mainly because of my buddy White Sith Male plays it, but it got to a point where I just couldn't force myself to play it anymore. I did have a lot of fun playing through the story. I did, because the story was good. I mean, it's fucking it's a BioWare product. BioWare has good stories. This is just what they do. So I had a lot of fun playing through the story, but as I was playing through the actual gameplay, I just remember saying to myself, "Can I get back to the story? Can I stop playing the game and just get back to the story?" Yeah,
the gameplay wasn't so solid, but the storyline and when you played with a friend, it's even better. But I don't know, it just got too old for me, too fast. I never beat any of the storylines.
I beat one storyline. It was the Sith Warrior storyline, and maybe it was so fun for me because I knew I was a person playing a video game, and I knew that no matter what I said to my Sith master, he wasn't going to kill me outright. So it was just so satisfying to me to be just this defiant, smartass Sith apprentice, knowing that if it was the actual Star, if it was in a movie or something, that guy would get killed immediately by his master. But to be the smartass, defiant apprentice was just so satisfying to me.
Yeah, I'm actually going to start playing Secret World Legends again, because this was one of those weird MMOs where it's pretty much a single player game. We just played online.
I don't know. I just feel old whenever I say that the only MMO that I played extensively was EverQuest.
Oh shit, we have a Chagrin and Barrett in the chat. What is up, Shaggy? I haven't seen her in a while, so I figured I'd say hi. There have only ever been 2 MMOs I like played to end content and a little bit of post end content, and that was of course the Old Republic and WoW. But WoW to me felt like a job all the way through.
It does.
Yeah, I played WoW for like 2 months, and then a friend of mine bought me another subscription. I played it for 2 weeks, and I kind of felt bad because I'm like, you paid for me to play the whole month, and I love Warcraft lore, but I hate the communities.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, I think WoW, the WoW phenomena was basically, it was social media before social media was a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
There was a time where, like, everyone who's online played WoW.
Mhm.
Just like now, like everybody who's online has either Facebook or Twitter.
I refused to play WoW when it came out because I'm like, pay to play, fuck you. I'm just gonna replay Warcraft 3 again.
You know, speaking of the Warcraft strategy games, I did like those. I thought they were cool. I thought the little bits of humor they put in was a nice touch. However, I liked their spiritual successor a lot more. I loved the Battle for Middle Earth games. Those were so much fun to me. And as I said, I'm not big into the local map real-time strategies, but Battle for Middle Earth was so fun. I just absolutely loved it.
I need to try that one out.
Mm-hmm.
I've run out of RTSs to play, and I'm like, I can only replay Dawn of War and its sequel so many times.
Yes, someone recently just bought me a copy of something of the Singularity, Ashes of the Singularity, so I might give it a try. Before that, I played Grey Goo, as you know, those RTS games that I enjoyed. But I don't know, games that have just bad difficulty settings.
Yeah.
Like you either have an AI that doesn't do shit, or when you play it at high difficulty, it just cheats. And I'm just like, I just want to play something that's smart. I don't want to play against a cheater or someone who doesn't do anything. Just give me a smart person or a smart AI. But, Grey Goo doesn't have that, and it was just boring.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we'll see what Ashes of the Singularity is like. I haven't started it yet.
I do know that Steam keeps recommending Ashes of the Singularity to me, but I'm currently playing 3 games, and I have, of course, my YouTube obligations and my real life. So I just can't play anything else. I can't actually my life has no more time in it. I am out of time.
Oh, I know. There's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah. If you guys could spare some time, I would appreciate it.
Like I'm only playing 2 games, and saying playing is kind of like an overstatement because I haven't played Elite Dangerous since June. I think the last time I played was June 30th. And I started Tekken 7, which is quite good. It's fun to play it online, but right now the community, as it is with any other Steam game that gets popular online, it's filled with cheaters. So I'm taking a break until they patch it.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Has Elite Dangerous hit the summer sale yet?
I don't think
It was on sale for 50%, but the sale is not.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, that sucks because I saw the screen caps you would share of it. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. And then I watched a couple of Let's Plays, and I was like, that looks really cool. As soon as I have some time, I'm gonna probably pick that up. And I kept forgetting.
I'm gonna give you a little warning. It's an acquired taste of a game. Like I can't recommend it to everyone. It's
Right.
If you enjoy a game like Euro Truck Simulator, then you will like this one because it has a lot of downtime. To put it in perspective, like right now, the thing that I want to do is upgrade the shields on my ship. So I need to go to an engineer guy and deliver 200 tons of gold. So I need to get to my cargo ship, buy those 200 tons of gold, and deliver them. That alone is going to take about 3 hours of gameplay.
Right.
So because yeah, it's all about the details. Like you have to fly all the way to the system where you parked your other ship, and then you have to find different stations they can provide you with gold. Not everyone is going to sell you all this quantity, so you got to look for it, and then fly all the way to where the engineer is, which is on the other side of the map from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's an acquired taste, and if you like the same thing with Euro Truck Simulator, it's enjoying this downtime while you're driving on the highway and just listening to your own music or something. It's the same with Elite Dangerous, enjoying the serenity of space and just looking at all those like visual vistas. And if you're not fascinated with the space as it is, like,
Right.
Well,
because Elite Dangerous is the closest simulation to the Milky Way that we've ever had in any game or any like visual medium so far. 400 billion star systems are in the game, and they keep updating it every time they NASA or any other space agency releases a new database or new findings and new star systems that they found. They keep updating those in the game. So it is as close as you can get to traveling space in our Milky Way. So if you don't have a fascination with that, it might be a little bit hard for you to enjoy a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
no, I absolutely love games like that. There's this little known game that only I seem to have heard of. It's called Port Royale. The idea is you can be a pirate, you can do that action and adventure stuff, but there's just the nerd in me really enjoys just being a trader, going from port to port, buying low, selling high, and doing all that fun little like side stuff, which is one of the reasons why I loved all of the Let's Plays of Elite Dangerous and why I would love to get that game. But again, I just don't have the time in the day.
Yeah, I played that game for like 1,300 hours so far.
Sorry, Vamp, you were saying?
I've always enjoyed puzzle games. I like the challenges.
Yeah, I do like puzzle games. I did enjoy Amnesia.
I think the first like real puzzle game I ever played was Siberia.
Unfamiliar.
Oh man, Siberia! I still haven't played Siberia 3. I still want to get it.
I've played 1 and 2. I have not played 3.
3's been
But
released
it's like
recently.
I've rarely come across anyone who's ever actually heard of the game.
It is a nice point-and-click kind of game. And speaking of puzzle games, let me just tell you a little story. I kind of blame my dad for me being a nerd. I mean, he used to be a nerd when I was pretty young. Like I would just like when he's at work, I would just sneak into his room and play with his Commodore or his ancient computer. I forgot what it was. He had like a personal PC that he built.
I have the monitor for Commodore 64 also in the storage unit.
Oh, sweet. But he ended up buying me an NES just to get rid of me. He's like, just go play with your NES. And I would beat the games that whatever he buys me, I would just beat them and then go back to playing with his Atari or his Commodore 64. Mm-hmm. And then he made this deal with me, like, you keep beating your games and then crying that you want some more. And you're not going to get any new games until you beat the ones that I gave you. Because there were a few that I haven't beaten. Like, he got me the first Ninja Gaiden, and I think that was evil for him. But, you have a 7-year-old with nothing better to do. I ended up beating it.
Mm-hmm.
And that kept going for quite a while until he bought me Tetris. And I still remember it like it happened yesterday. I was playing it for the entire day, and then it kind of dawned on me like there's no beating this game. The game just never ends. And I kind of imagined myself getting old and wrinkly and not being able to play any other game for the rest of my life. And I ended up just going to my room and crying. Like, no, I'm not going to play any more games. He came back from work and he saw me like this. He's like, what's wrong? He's like, I can't beat that game. No one can. So he changed the deal. He changed the deal a little bit. He's like, you know what? Just play it 1v1. If you can beat me, then you get a new game. Otherwise, you're not.
Ah, your dad was the gaming sensei.
You know. So yeah, he was quite cool until he became like a radical Muslim back in 1996 after he went to the Hajj. But that's another story.
Yeah. To 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 not so nonchalantly change the subject. Hard games, or at least games that you felt really, like you accomplished something by beating. Uh, the first game that I thought was just absolutely impossible for me to beat was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on the very hard setting. Um, I wasted about 2 days of my life trying to get past, the two final bosses, Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. But the second I did, I was like, yes, I can. I never have to play Mortal Kombat again. I beat it on very hard.
Yeah, I think with most fighting games, I end up beating them on very hard, and it's more about resilience to me than anything. Like I don't, not shitting on your accomplishment. For me, when I beat a fighting game, I just go like, yeah, because it's just because I kept trying over and over and over again. I don't know, like the Twitch kind of difficulty, like the faster reflexes just never really appealed to me.
Mhm.
That's why I never really got into the Souls series because it's based on that, and I'm just like, yeah, it gets old. Like after beating like the 5th boss in a Souls game, like it's the same thing. I'm sorry. For me, when it comes to challenging games, I enjoy the same kind of challenge that I get from a game like Total War. When you have like 3 or 4 battlefronts or war fronts that you have, one in the north, 2 in the south, and one in the east. You have some rebel army that's starting to form in your capital, and you're like, I'm running out of money. And you have just this one turn of yours that takes about 2 hours of you just thinking and calculating things on the back of a tissue or something.
that is very satisfying. I do know that feel, bro.
Yeah, I preferred that over. Oh, I was just a little bit faster in my reflexes than another person or the AI character. I gravitate towards that. I'm not saying that it's not valid to feel satisfaction over the other kind of difficulty. It gets old for me.
All right. Since I only do these for an hour, we are creeping up on the hour. So I'm going to go left to right and see if anybody has anything else they'd like to add about gaming. Starting with Failure.
Fallout Shelter is good.
In a stream about gaming, he is actually gaming. So awesome for Failure, keeping the spirit of the stream alive.
Yay!
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Habib.
One thing that I wanted to touch on, since we're talking about games, is I see a resurgence in walking simulators, and they're getting even better and better. I know that a lot of us have a bad taste of walking simulators with Dear Esther and Gone Home, but I think games like Edith Finch, What Happened to Edith Finch, or The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, is giving some good experience out of those games. Like I played both of those, and even Layers of Fear. Yeah, you might have some people didn't like it. They're like, it's just a walking simulator, but I like the way. I like the way it conveyed its message and its story. And without any spoilers, Layers of Fear, the library scene, is the scariest I've ever been in any game, and I played a lot of horror games.
I really want to play it now.
So do I now.
Yeah.
It's on my wish list.
I actually just have it, but it's not in my list of games though. That's really weird.
Huh.
Oh well. I'll find it later. But Hamster.
Yeah, I like challenging games. I despise games all around fake difficulty, where the AI just flat out cheats, or like it's in Dark Souls, where it's just.
Yeah, where it's just like their health bar is like 10 times the size, and that's what increasing difficulty means.
Yeah, I've had some bad experiences with fake difficulty, so it's my pet peeve when it comes to gaming.
Absolutely. Vamp.
I'm just an achievement junkie. I like games with a bunch of achievements because I feel like I feel like I haven't completely wasted my time. I have something to show for it.
I've only achievement hoard on a handful of games, one of which was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I felt this drive to get all of those
I
achievements.
did it with Final Fantasy 13. I think I'm only missing like 4 achievements out of all of them.
God, you know how I played 13? I played it all the way to the end. I fought the final boss, and I realized that I was skipping all the battles before, like for 2 hours. I was so underleveled, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Oh,
This game
God.
just overstayed its welcome, and I'm just gonna watch the ending on YouTube, and that's the end of it.
You
That game.
rage quit.
I hated that game. I literally hated it. It felt like a chore.
Correction, I'm missing 6 achievements. I went and looked.
I can't do that. My gamer ADD kicks in after a while, and it's like, I want to play something else now.
Absolutely.
Which is why I'm bad at MMOs.
Yeah, there's a completionist in me, and the fact that there is no way to complete an MMO kind of triggers me.
Aw.
Yet you want to get into Elite Dangerous.
Well, the thing about games like that, the thing about games like Elite Dangerous is, it's not that you can't complete it; it's that there's always something going on. Whereas in like your WoWs or your Star Wars: The Old Republic, it feels like it should be leading up to something. It feels like I should be like, going to every single point in the map should complete the game. But no, they will always just spawn another quest or another instance or something like that. With Elite Dangerous, I'm there to do the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the grind is the game.
Exactly.
And if you don't enjoy it, then I get it. But there's a lot of people who do. I mean, at peak time daily, it gets about 10,000 players, and that's quite decent for a niche game like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I really hope it goes on sale again, and then I'll get the drive to put one of my 3 games I'm playing to the side and just play Elite Dangerous. Because currently I got Ark, Crusader Kings, and Rome.
I still want to get to Ark. I put off getting it because it was on early access, and I don't buy early access games.
I got my copy from the Humble Bundle. Yeah. I guess I kind of cheated in that sense.
I was given Ark. Funny story, a couple of months ago I fell into a little bit of trouble. Was a little bit short on cash. Couldn't I had paid all my bills and gotten everything handled, but the food, my ability to eat, was limited by lack of cash. And I did a couple of streams where I wasn't begging for cash. I was trying to teach people the basics of Blender, and hopefully, like, oh, I'm teaching you stuff, so maybe you feel inclined to donate to me. But somebody saw that I was going, through that little bit of trouble and said, "Oh, dude, I am so sorry about that. Here's a video game."
Aw.
And I was like, "Well, thank you for the gift. I really appreciate it, but I can't eat a video game."
You can try. You are not trying hard enough.
I mean, I could find a way to cook a video game, I guess, with all the food porn that I post on Twitter.
I love the food porn you post on Twitter.
All right, lady and gentlemen, we are at 5 p.m. my time, and this is where I shall call it. To everybody in the chat, thank you for stopping by. To everybody here, Failure, Habib, Hamster, Vamp, I appreciate you guys coming. And as always, have yourselves a nice day.